I am just going to do a little collective here. And the talking point for our collective reading is, are they right for me? So basically, we're just going to talk about things to look out for. Green flags. I want to focus on the green flags, and we'll use this deck to see what green flags to look out for. Good things, bad things. I'll call out some red flags if there are any. But I mostly want to focus on green flags. Of course, this can relate to you on any level of a relationship, new, current, any level of... Okay, so we have a card coming out already, the Chariot. Is this person ready? Is this person ready to go? The way that I see that is that they're planning dates with you, that there's a momentum to the relationship. You know, there's a back and forth. There's an obvious momentum to the relationship. It's not stagnant. You're not stuck in place. This is a good sign. This is a green flag. And it's an important one, because if you're the only one who's on board with the relationship, then that's going to be an issue later down the line. Okay, let's get some green flags to look out for to see if this person is right for you. Green flags for the collective. Okay, well, this is more of a red flag. Page of Swords. But the way that I would put that in is a green flag is, once again, they're not just a wallflower. Okay, Page of Pentacles. So this energy here is somebody who stands back and watches. You don't really want that. You don't want someone who just stands back and watches. Okay, you want somebody who they don't have to be an extrovert, but they do have to be active in the relationship with you and active in communication with you. Are they good at communication? Are they a gossiper? Are they even trying to make communication? Because some of you guys, I feel like there could be a question of age. Age appropriateness is really important. I feel like we don't talk about that at all on here. Can you adopt? I don't know what that means. We don't talk about that at all on here. There is an age appropriateness. So is this person age appropriate? If so, how do they communicate? Do they know how to communicate with me? Do they initiate communication? And like I said before, are they a gossip? Page of Swords is a gossip. So if you're hanging out with them and you notice that they talk about their friends a lot, that means that they could potentially be talking about you a lot. Are they able to express themselves? Are they able to hold a communication with you back and forth? So we're talking about green flags to look out for in dating, to know if this person is right for us. Hi, my day's okay, little Rice Krispie treat. How was your day? Oh, this is a perfect one. This is a green flag. Guys, don't forget to put the thumbs up in the chat. Thank you. I really appreciate y'all calling me out. King of Cups. Is this person emotionally mature? Are they emotionally available? Can they handle their emotions? Like, for example, if you couldn't respond to someone right away because you were busy, not because you were avoiding them, not because you were ghosting them, not because you were just bored with what they were saying, you had something to do and you responded to them a few hours later. If you end up in that situation and the person takes their time to respond to you, or they say something snarky at you, or if they react in a otherwise emotionally immature manner, that's a huge red flag that this person has some immaturity. They could have, let's say you aren't able to respond to them, so they blow up your phone. This person has anxious attachment. That is a huge red flag. That's not a green flag at all. Hi, Manfred. How are you? Don't forget to hit the thumbs up in the chat. So you want to look for someone who's emotionally available, somebody who doesn't get upset over silly things, somebody who you don't want. Obviously, a lot of us fall on the spectrum of avoidant attachment and anxious attachment. How are they expressing their attachment style to you? That's a huge red flag, right? I know that some of these things, some of these attachment styles we can work through, but if they're showing all of that super early in the relationship, I'm not sure that that's something that you would be even able to speak to talk to communicate about when you're so early on in the talking phase. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a lot of thumbs in the chat. The thumbs up button is at the top of your chat. You guys are funny. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So we don't talk about money here a lot on the tarot, and it is important, obviously, to think about that. The person that you're talking to, are they able to are they able to pay for dinner? Are they financially stable? Now, you don't necessarily need somebody who's super rich or who makes more money than you, but you do want to be with somebody who can at least pay their own bills. If you're with somebody and they have so much debt or they have absolutely no money, and you're trying to go on a date with them and you're constantly paying for them, that's going to be a point of contention for you. So yes, it's important. A green flag is that a person is able to care for themselves financially. I feel like that is a given. It's probably something that we don't talk about a lot on here, but you don't want necessarily to be with someone who's a gold digger either. So there is a fine line between, looking for some kind of financial stability and just trying to use someone for their money. Can they pay for themselves? Are they stable enough? That's a green flag. 4 of Swords. So if there is somebody who hasn't communicated with you in weeks, that's a red flag. That is not a green flag. That person probably isn't for you. Okay, let's say you just started talking or you were dating for months, and then, we're talking about the ghosters here. At the end of the day, this person doesn't know how to regulate or communicate. They don't have the maturity levels to be able to tell you, I need some space or I need that. They don't care about your feelings. They probably don't know how to regulate their emotions. That's usually a red flag to watch out for. They're probably not the one. Now, if they come back and they message you and they have an excuse, because this happens sometimes, at this point, you have to make sure that you communicate properly to this person so that things don't happen like that again. Like, for example, I'm looking for somebody who is more consistent with their communication. Can I ask if possible and myself will be getting married? Manfred Adam Smith, hi there. So yes, we do the free questions tarot on the weekend. So come back on the weekend and we'll do that. Unless you want to do a paid question, and then it would be $5. All right, the Death card. So the way that I see that is this is somebody who has one foot out the door. So I'm going to read this as two different things. If you're dealing with somebody who could potentially be ready to walk away or they're threatening to leave you constantly, you have to ask yourself if you want to be in a relationship where you're constantly having to vie for someone's affection, where you're constantly having to prove your self-worth. Is that healthy? Is it maybe better to just let them leave? Also, potentially, if they're in another relationship, obviously, you want to wait until they are not in that relationship. That's kind of a given there. But if somebody is one foot out the door, then it depends on how long you've been in that relationship for, too. If it's a long-term marriage and somebody has one foot out the door, is it worth saving? Can you go to marriage counseling? If you're not that far involved with them, if it's just casual dating, you want somebody who's all the way on board, not somebody who has one foot out the door. 7 of Swords, if they lied to you, if this person is a liar, if they have a pattern of lying, that's a pattern. That's something that they're probably going to do again. Also, this is avoidant attachment. So let's say you bring up something that they did, that you brought up a red flag, and this person, instead of talking about it with you, they ghost you for weeks. Now, that's not somebody that you can have a mature discussion with, or if they're constantly avoiding the issues, they don't take accountability, or they're a liar. I feel like these are all red flags that I can't even really be fixed, potentially, at all. So probably not the one for you if they fall into that category. Now, the thing about this is that when you notice all these things and you have your radar out and you're aware, it can sometimes be really isolating because you find yourself kind of saying no to a lot of people. The High Priestess here. So there is a time when you do need to trust your gut, but sometimes your gut is attaching to something that's familiar to you that's maybe not so good. And I don't know necessarily how to explain that, but let's say that your pattern for dating people is somebody who isn't very good at texting. You might not see that as a red flag that you need to leave. You might just be comfortable with it, and that your gut is saying, oh, it's fine, I don't mind if they don't text me for weeks, when you should actually be probably totally turned off by that. Or somebody who gets a little upset or doesn't treat the wait staff properly. You might be like, oh, you might just make excuses for this person. Instead of seeing that as a red flag, you need to run. So sometimes your instincts are so hardwired towards chaos that you can't necessarily rely on them, if that makes sense. So you have to learn when you can and can't trust your gut with people's characteristics that they show you. 10 of Wands. Some relationships are really difficult. All relationships are difficult, but it shouldn't fall on one person to be carrying the weight of the relationship. We talk about that a lot. And what does that look like for one person to take on the responsibility of the relationship while the other person just coasts? That can look like a lot of different things. Like, for example, are you always the one to initiate conversation? Are you always the one to initiate hanging out? Do they do some of that? Are you always the one to pay for things? Are you the one to carry the conversation when you hang out? Is there a back and forth, right? Are you the one to always bring up issues? If there's issues that need to be resolved, does your partner try to work on them with you, or does it fall on you to resolve all of that? So that is another example. Red flag versus green flag. How y'all doing? Where y'all at? I'm just going to be on for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to get out of here. Okay. So here we have the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. If you feel like this relationship is too painful to be in, that is a huge red flag. The 10 of Swords is a brutal ending. It's almost like you feel like you're betraying yourself by staying with this person. Or let's say that the relationship is constantly on the brink of ending, like I said with the Death card. Hi P, how are you? If this relationship, maybe you've gone through a lot of endings. It's on again, off again. You have to ask yourself if you have the energy to be in a relationship that is on again, off again, constantly, and if it's maybe hurting you more. Then I'm doing okay. How are you? We're just chilling here. Oh, thanks, dear. Were you at school today? We're just going through some green flags here. Okay, wow, we have a lot of green flags. 4 of Pentacles. Does this person see your worth? Do they value you? Do you feel valued in the relationship? What does that even look like? So, because I don't think that we talk about this a lot. What does it look like when somebody values me, when they show that they see your self-worth, that they are treating you the way you need to be treated? So one thing is that they are always trying to build you up. They're never trying to put you down. They say good things to you. They give you compliments. They're not, it's not the type of person who's bullying you or putting you down or making you feel bad or making you feel dismissed. They make you feel good. They make you feel happy. They make you feel safe. And they give you real world compliments, and they try and help you achieve your goals. That's how you know somebody values you and they see your worth, right? They treat you like, not like you're a burden, but like they want you there. He says, I'm procrastinating on my assignments. I should start working. Yeah, you got to get to work on those assignments. Can't be late. Can't be late. That's another thing. Do they value your time? Are they constantly keeping you waiting? Are they late all the time? That might not necessarily be a reason to leave someone, but that is a sign of respect. Are they showing you respect? You know, or are they just completely taking you for granted, taking your time for granted? Your time is one of the most important, valuable things that you have. Queen of Pentacles. This is showing someone their worth. You don't necessarily need to have the princess treatment, but you do definitely have to be treated fairly and with respect, okay? And you definitely want someone. If somebody is giving you the princess treatment and the queen treatment, you have to ask yourself if they are doing that because they're trying to compensate for something else that they didn't do. So is this princess queen treatment, is it because they ghosted me for 3 weeks? Is it because they're talking to someone else? Are they just doing this as a distraction, or is this genuinely how they feel about me? So that's a sneaky one. Yeah, that's a sneaky one. What are their intentions behind treating me this way? Is this really how they feel about me, or are they just being sneaky? The Sun card. That once again, this person makes you feel good when you're with them. They value your company, and you feel good when you're around them. That one's pretty simple. That's a green flag, 100% a green flag. It's not always going to be like that, of course. Sometimes you might have an argument, or you're having a bad day, and they make it worse by saying the wrong thing. But for the most part, do they make you feel good? Do they add positive things to your life? Then we have the Queen of Swords. The way that I see this is that there are some people who don't know how to be, they don't know how to open their heart. Like, some people don't know how to accept love, and they don't know how to give it. They could act really cold and detached, and that some people are okay with that, but other people maybe not so much, right? Maybe they're not affectionate. Maybe they're sarcastic all the time, and that doesn't make you feel good. Maybe it's not a chemistry match. I know for me, I really don't like sarcasm. If somebody's being sarcastic to me, I don't like it. I feel like they're bullying me. It's not a good match for me. So, but you have to ask yourself if you're okay with that. Is it a chemistry match? If somebody is sardonic and they're cold and detached, are you okay with that? Is it fine? Because sometimes people will just make it seem like they want to cut you off for anything, for any little thing that they do. If you bring something up, they're just like, fine, let's just break up then. Now that is emotional immaturity, and that's somebody who probably has avoidant attachment, or they're just trying to protect their heart by leaving you before you can leave them, and that's kind of a toxic dynamic that you have. Is that good? Is that bad? It's usually bad. All right, and we have the Magician and the Moon coming out together. Oh, we have the Sun and the Moon. We have the Sun and the Moon. I like that. In this case, the Moon is like, does this person do things behind your back? Do you know all of their goals, hopes, dreams, and wishes? Do you know their subconscious desires? Are they open and honest with you about how they feel about the things that they're trying to create in their life? Because if somebody is keeping their whole identity, or their whole, their life, the things that they're trying to manifest, they're keeping that a secret, that can be a red flag. Okay, so we're just going to get one more here, and then we're going to get on out of here. 1919! We have the Five of Swords. So you want somebody who treats the relationship like it's a teammate. You don't want somebody who's constantly seems like they're trying to win an argument, like they're out there just trying to do things for themselves, like they'll do anything to win an argument. That you want somebody who treats the relationship like a partnership, like a teammate, okay? Not somebody who treats everything like a competition, or like they're always just trying to win the battle. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna get on out of here. This was just a quick, fun little collective that I did, And I hope this reading elevated your consciousness in some type of way, shape, or form. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Tune in tomorrow for the all signs.